Hello everyone, how are you today? Sister Mary Smirnoff here. I know I'm not outside. I've already been outside today and I've time to have some inside. I'm actually going to watch some crime shows. I haven't watched them for months really, since the Big C. But I'm planning on some today as a treat. ID Discovery Channel. I love them. Anywho, we'll start with words of wisdom for today. Now it's a funny one because I just, opened it up, slapped my hand down, and it opened at this. Accustom yourself continually to make many acts of love, for they enkindle and melt the soul. That was written by St. Teresa of Avila, or Avila. I'm not really sure. Sound Italian anyway, doesn't it? Anyway, now, not much to say today, but I will say this to you. I've lost 3 pounds. I know, but I wouldn't get too excited about it. I won't be joining that group, they're all worried about how much weight they've lost. No, I won't be joining that group. I think I just lost that weight because I'd put it on before, when I was in Ireland. I was eating the bread back there and it's just so nice, so I may have gone a bit overboard with filling the chips with inside the Belfast Bap. It's bigger than your face, but it's lovely. And when you look back and think about it, you're glad that you done that because you don't know when or where your next Belfast Bap is coming from. Well, I don't anyway. So, right, couple of things. I told you about my 3 pounds down. I don't think, it's not going to be a mission. I'm not going to be like, overachieving in that department. But if it happens, I'll be glad. And if it doesn't, well, I'll just be glad that I'm alive at the end of all of this. Now, we were talking about Netflix and shows to watch and what was I watching and what did I like? Well, I loved Ozark and I've just finished the 3rd series. It was brilliant, but that Darlene and Wyatt blew my mind. I'm saying nothing. Blew my mind. In fact, I was dry heaving. I really was. Anywho, I suppose, Anywho, then now I'm watching Tiger King. And that is indeed set in Florida. Well, most of it is set in Florida because all the crazy people live here. That's another one that's going to make your head explode if you haven't started watching that. But while your head is already exploding during all of this business, you may as well just lift the lid off it, as I would say. Just lift the lid and let's be done with it. Yes, I was going to talk about this. So I've been trying not to watch too much of the news and that because it's depressing. And it's nothing we don't know that's coming, really. And I just can't. I bring myself. I was down to 10 minutes a day, and now I'm down to really nothing, and just listening to Father Frank's little breakdown of it, which would be actually quicker to just watch 10 minutes of TV because his demonstration and rant goes on for about an hour with his raising and elevating of the voice as well, and it isn't great, I've fallen asleep halfway through it already, and I know that there's going to be a question and answer time at the end of it, so I try to pay as much attention as I can, but there's only so much you can do. I could have a master's degree in this by the end. So, I was reading on Facebook, one of my little friends out there was saying that she'd had a meltdown, dropped something, a candle. Little Lauren back there in Ireland. Lauren, don't be worrying about a candle, love. Jesus said, don't cry over spilt milk. Don't worry about a candle. It's the least of your problems right now. It's like the straw that broke the camel's back. It's not really the candle. It's just that, you're going to have days where you're feeling, basically like you've been kidnapped. And by your own family. And there's nothing worse. You have to stay with your own family. I mean, imagine if you could pick the people that you want to go into quarantine with. I've got a great list. Oh my God, the people on my list, we would have had a ball. But instead, here I am. This is the hand I was dealt, as Kenny Rogers would say. You got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away, but know when to run. Now, I'm not quite at run yet, but it's coming, people. It's coming to us all. So, which brings me to my next little bit. Someone gave me this book yesterday. It is just a, you know, little writing book because I like to write a lot of stuff down. I write loads of things down, you know. So it's a nice blank book, and I'm going to have, instead of having mental health days during this crisis, I'll call it, I'm going to have mental health moments, and I'm going to write them down in the book, and then I'm going to count them and try to have less and less mental health moments. It's a plan anyway. I don't know if it'll work, but sure, you can try, can't you? Now, oh, CNN. Talking of CNN, I was looking at them last night. You can tell a lot of them have been having the Botox, because all you can see now, all the cracks are coming in. And I don't mean mentally, I mean like physically. You can see all the cracks with the Botox. It was time for them to have their next little dose, and they haven't been able to do it. So we're going to see less and less selfies, I assume, on Facebook, with people who haven't had their eyebrows done, their hair's not done, their roots are growing out, their lip needs a good shave, and, well, basically they look dishevelled and homeless. I know. Thank God for the habit, that's all I can say. Although I have enough hair colour and things in to do me until when I think that this crisis will be over, which I'm not going to say live, because I don't want anybody to feel any worse than they already feel right now. But in my head, I believe I know when it will start to calm down, and I've prepared myself, and anything less than that will be a bonus. That's how I'm getting through it. So, oh, yes, and the last little thing I wanted to say, one of my little friends there, subscribers, I was talking to her last night on the FaceTime, and she said the biggest thing about this whole thing is the loneliness. It's true, isn't it? You can even be in a house full of people and still be lonely because you're inside your own thoughts, I think. I think that's what it is. But you mustn't do that now. You must find a show on Netflix or whatever to relate to. Now, it's really weird when you're watching them, because I was watching that Ozark and I was thinking, why are they all so close together? Why are they touching? Why is he in bed with her? Why are they doing that? You know, it was blowing my mind. But then I remembered that the pandemic hadn't started there yet. But mark my words, in a few weeks, you'll see a lot of shows shutting down. We're not going to have much to watch. We'll be left to our own devices. So get watching all your shows. And try not to be lonely. Reach out, do FaceTimes, do group FaceTimes. They're brilliant if you do them with all your friends. I'm saying that to a little lonely friend. And everybody's lonely, so don't think you're on your own. Just get a little group and set up a little Facebook chat or something. No, FaceTime chat. And then it'll seem like you're all in the same room. I think, but that's how I feel when I do it anyway. You know, it's great. Look, it's the next best thing you're going to get. It's the next best thing. So, on that note, I have a show and tell for you I'm going to do a little later, but I haven't got it ready yet, but it'll not take me too long. So, you'll like the show and tell. I'm hoping there's some questions for some people out there, and they can maybe tell me who's in these photographs, because I can't remember their names. But some Mercy girls will remember their names. Okay, listen, have a fabulous day, everybody. May God be with you. May he fly over you like a butterfly all day and watch you and protect you. Don't be lonely. Reach out. Don't be afraid to reach out. Everybody's in the same boat. Okay, I'm on week 4 here, and I think what I'll be like in week 5, but I've got my little book. I'll write everything down, and I'll try to remain sane, or as sane as I can be. God be with you. See you all tomorrow, everyone. Bye, lovies.